There's money sitting in your life right now. You're just not seeing it. I'm not talking about a second job or working more hours. I'm talking about 10 side businesses that you can start this month without quitting your job, without risking your savings. Each one can generate up to $3,000 extra a month. We're going from 10 down to 1, each one with the real cost to start and the real profit you can expect. If you're only going to start one of these 10, wait until the end. Number 1 takes the least capital, and you can start it the fastest. Let's get into it.
Business number 10, renting out the equipment you already own. This is the lowest barrier to entry on this entire list because you're not buying anything new. You already have a drill, a pressure washer, a camera, a trailer, or gardening tools sitting in your garage. Most of those tools get used less than 10 days a year. The rest of the time, they're generating $0. Platforms like Fat Llama and local Facebook Marketplace groups connect tool owners with people who need them for a day or a week. The equipment rental market in the United States generated $80.5 billion in 2025 and is projected to reach $82.3 billion in 2026, according to the American Rental Association. The most rented tools are the ones that are expensive to buy but rarely used. Pressure washers, floor sanders, specialty saws, trailers. Each one can generate 5 to 10 times its purchase price per year if it's kept in good condition and rented out consistently. You don't need to buy anything to start. You just need to list what you already have. The most common risk is getting the tool back damaged or not getting it back at all. That's why smart operators charge a security deposit before every rental. This business won't make you a millionaire, but it's the fastest way to turn something you already own that's currently doing nothing into extra money every month. Business number 9, drone photography and video for real estate. You need a mid-range drone, a pilot certification, and 1 free weekend. That's it. A part-time pilot with a regular office job during the week can fly 2 to 3 sessions every weekend. Each residential session pays between $150 and $500. Commercial properties pay between $500 and $1,500 or more. Working just 10 to 12 hours a week, a part-time pilot can generate $18,600 a year in extra income. That's a car payment, a vacation fund, an extra mortgage payment every month. Homes with aerial photography sell 68% faster than listings with only ground-level photos. That's why agents pay for this again and again. The upfront investment is low, between $2,000 and $3,000 for the drone, certification, and insurance. The path to your first $1,000 takes 8 weeks. Study for the exam, buy the equipment, build a 15-photo portfolio, contact 20 real estate agents, and offer the first session at half price. The real business isn't the drone. It's the ongoing relationship with the same agents, who call you back every time they have a new listing.
Business number 8, mobile notary signing agent. Nobody thinks about this business, and that's exactly why it works. You need a notary commission. It costs less than $400 in most states, a short course, and a dual-tray laser printer. That's the entire investment. Basic notary work pays very little per signature, but there's a higher tier almost nobody knows about. It's called a loan signing agent. They certify mortgage and real estate closing documents. Each appointment pays between $75 and $200. Completing just 3 to 5 loan signings a week can generate between $1,500 and $2,500 a month, on top of your regular job. One agent in Arizona reached $8,000 a month in her 3rd month running the business full-time. She started it while working a full-time office job. Peak demand happens on evenings and weekends, exactly when most people sign their important documents. The key isn't the signature itself. It's building relationships with real estate offices, lawyers, and title companies, because they're the ones who keep calling you back. Business number 7, Google Business Profile Management for local businesses. This is the most overlooked business on this entire list because it sounds boring. But look at this number. 76% of near-me searches lead to a store visit within 24 hours. And most local business owners don't even know their Google profile exists. A plumber, a dentist, a restaurant. They have an outdated profile, no photos, no posts, losing customers every single day without knowing it. You can fix that. You optimize their profile, respond to reviews, post weekly content, and keep their information consistent across the internet. An independent freelancer charges on average between $500 and $1,500 a month per client. With just 5 clients, you're generating between $2,500 and $7,500 a month. No office, no employees, just you, a laptop, and a checklist you repeat every week. You don't need to be a certified expert to start. You need to know more than the business owner does. And for most local businesses, that's a very easy bar to clear. What you're selling isn't a complicated technique. You're selling visibility. And visibility for a local business is directly money.
Business number 6, junk and furniture removal. Sounds dirty. Sounds heavy. And that's exactly why almost nobody considers it a real business. You charge between $100 and $500 per pickup. Depending on the amount and type of items, working part-time, evenings, and weekends, you can generate between $500 and $1,500 a week. But here's what almost nobody tells you. The real money isn't just in loading the truck, it's in what you do with those items afterward. That old dresser someone's throwing away. It's worth $150 on Facebook Marketplace after just 30 minutes of cleaning it up. That broken treadmill you picked up for free often just needs a new $30 belt and resells for $400. When you treat every pickup as a resale opportunity, not just a hauling job, your income doubles. To get started, you need a truck or trailer and a basic business license between $50 and $200. That's it. The business isn't hauling junk from point A to point B. The business is knowing how to see money where everyone else just sees trash. Business number 5, mobile car detailing. You go to the client, not the other way around. A basic package costs between $50 and $150 per vehicle. Working part-time, 10 to 15 hours a week, you can service 5 to 10 clients weekly. Profit margins run between 60% and 80%. Higher than almost any other service business on this list. One operator started this business with just $500. Today, he keeps 60% of every dollar as gross profit. The real money isn't in the one-time wash, it's in the maintenance plan. $75 to $140 a month per client on autopilot. 10 clients on a monthly plan. That's $750 to $1,400 before you even open your calendar for the week. New car prices now average over $48,000. People are keeping their cars longer, and they want them to last. That single shift in behavior is what's feeding this entire business. You don't need a shop. You need a car, some equipment, and a calendar that fills itself. Business number 4, retail arbitrage reselling. You buy discounted products at Walmart, Target, or Home Depot. You resell them on Amazon or eBay for a profit. That's the entire business model. One seller started with just $500, sourcing only from Target and Walmart clearance sections. Her biggest win was a $3 kids toy. She bought 50 units during clearance. Each one sold for $28 on Amazon. That single deal netted $1,250 in profit. Part-time beginners typically make $500 to $2,000 a month, working just a few hours a week. Dedicated part-timers, sourcing several days a week, can reach $3,000 to $7,000 a month. Profit margins usually run between 15% and 30%. You don't need to invent a product. You're reselling brands people already trust and already search for. The skill isn't selling, it's spotting the gap. the moment a store prices something lower than what it's actually worth somewhere else. Business number 3, property management for small landlords. 97.6% of landlords own just one property. Most of them still handle everything themselves: rent collection, maintenance calls, tenant complaints at 11 p.m. You can take that off their hands. Property managers typically charge between 8% and 12% of the monthly rent. On a $1,500 unit, that's $120 to $180 a month per property. Manage just 10 small properties and you're generating between $1,200 and $1,800 a month without owning a single one of them. You don't need a real estate license in most states to manage residential rentals. You need a system, a checklist, and a phone that you actually answer. The landlords you're looking for aren't big companies. They're regular people with 1 or 2 rental units. Tired of getting calls about a broken faucet during dinner? You're not selling property management. You're selling their evenings back.
Business number 2, Airbnb co-hosting. You don't own the property, you don't pay the mortgage, you just run it. Messaging guests, coordinating cleaners, handling that 2 a.m. "the Wi-Fi is down" text. Co-hosts typically charge between 15 and 25% of gross booking revenue. 20%'s the most common rate. On a property earning $3,000 a month, that's $600 per property. Manage 5 properties at that rate, and you're already generating $3,000 a month. Manage 10, you're at $6,000. Airbnb even built an official co-host network for this. Over 15,000 vetted co-hosts, managing more than 100,000 listings across 12 countries. This isn't some gray area side hustle. It's a recognized business model. The first property's always the hardest to land. After that, referrals do most of the work. 1 property leads to 2, 2 leads to 5. You're not investing in real estate. You're selling the operational work that real estate creates. We've reached business number 1, and before I tell you what it is, I want you to know something. This is the one that can generate the most money on this entire list, but also the one that ruins the most people when it's not done right. You don't need to buy a property. You don't need a mortgage or a down payment. It's called rental arbitrage. You rent an apartment at a normal price legally. You furnish it, and you list it on Airbnb at a much higher nightly rate. You keep the difference. A real example: a 1-bedroom apartment in Nashville rented for $1,400 a month, listed on Airbnb at $120 a night. At 60% occupancy, that's 18 booked nights a month. That's $2,160 in gross revenue. After platform fees and operating costs, the net profit lands around $495 a month. For a single unit, scale to 3 units, and you're generating between $2,000 and $3,000 a month without owning a single brick. The upfront cost to set up 1 unit runs $5,000 to $15,000, covering deposit, furniture, photography, and the first few months of rent. The rule nobody can skip: you need written permission from the landlord to sublet. A verbal "sure" doesn't count. And operating without that permission has cost operators the entire unit. The real risk isn't one slow occupancy month. It's signing a 12-month lease without knowing if the market will support the price you need to charge. This business isn't passive. You need messaging, cleaning, and maintenance systems running every single day. But for someone willing to run it right, it's the highest ceiling on this entire list.